Hey everyone, welcome back to Joe Love. Today is really exciting because I'm actually reviewing my first traditional model. I'm having problems with putting the larger traditional models onto the screen, like fitting them in my screen. So I'm gonna start with a foal and maybe figure out something for my larger models as the days go by. So I'm gonna start off. So today we are reviewing the Breyer traditional stock horse foal model. This foal was sold from 1983 to 1988. This model was first released in 1983. This coloring of it was sold first in 1983 to 1986 under the stock horse foal box. And then in 1987, it was switched over to American quarter horse foal, which is what I've always thought it as because I have an American quarter horse mare that he looks really good with. And that American quarter horse foal was sold until 1988. He is a bay, and he can either have 2 white socks in the back and possibly 4 white socks in all. He does not have any face markings and is a very pretty color. So this model is you can tell it was sculpted because it's very chiseled looking. It's got kind of chisel marks on his body, and then down the legs there's a lot of chisel marks. I really like this model. His feet, I hate to say this, and I'm sorry if I insult anyone who has quarter horses, but there's a lot of quarter horses that actually have their feet that kind of go in like that. It's not very good for horses, but this one is just kind of hilarious that this model, as a quarter horse stock horse foal, would have it like that. And as I said, I apologize. Not every quarter horse is like that. I just laugh because a lot of them I've met look that way. He's very well built. I love how his little head's really high up in the air and looking at something. And his head itself and his muzzle is not very small. The muzzle is a main thing because I know a lot of the older Breyer, at least stablemates and classics, their muzzles are teeny weeny and their heads are like giant alligator size, and it's okay, that's kind of weird. But this one's not like that. I have to say that. This one does not look out of proportion for his head. He's got a really cute face. No markings, as I said, but he's got a little black forelock, and then he's kind of looking forward. And I love how its face is pretty even. His neck, I love how his neck is kind of arched and he's looking forward. His mane is really short. It falls on the left side, but not very long because he's a foal. I love his shoulder area. He's got a lot of muscles on this side and on this side. And then his belly it's a round little full belly where you can't see the ribs, but it's jutting out. If you look at it, it's very good. And then his hips, you can tell there's a lot of muscles on his back legs and on the hips. And I love how it's just very sculpted and realistic looking. The tail's really short, but he's a foal, so he's gonna have a short tail. And his legs, I love how his legs are stance. He's just really cute. He's standing like could be in a pleasure class or halter class, I guess it would be. His color, even though it's bay, is really, really pretty. I love how he's got the little white socks down here, but then his front feet are jet black colored, and then his knees on the back are very jet black. His tail and his mane are jet black. And then he's kind of got speckly shading across his body. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but he's kind of got a lighter undertone with speckles across to make it a solid bay with kind of shading. I think he's a really cute model, and I was lucky to find him at a silent auction. So I strongly recommend trying to find this model. I really like this color of the model, and he looks good next to the standing quarter horse mare that Breyer sells in the traditional models. So go out and find him, and thank you for watching my videos. Please like and subscribe below. See you later.